Wise words from George Lorimer right there. Look, if you have to eventually find fulfillment or satisfaction with yourself or your life, you have to wake up or get up every morning with the intent to put in work and get the job done. It's The Conversation on TOS Television Network. We're reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital, as always. And you do know that The Conversation is usually very insightful and engaging. My name is Adesuwa Osuyi. And we'll move over, or are we going straight into stories and happenings from across the African continent, starting with Tunisia. A politically inexperienced professor of geophysics who implemented World Bank projects at Tunisia's education ministry has been named the country's prime minister by President Kais Saied on Wednesday amid a crisis over his seizure of sweeping powers and dire threat to public finances. Away from Tunisia, delayed election, I beg your pardon, in Ethiopia's three regions commenced on Thursday for Ethiopians to vote for their representatives, and one area will also vote on whether to form its own regional state. Registration issues and a legal dispute delayed votes in the Somali region of Harar, and ballot and security issues delayed polls in the southern nationalities and peoples region, that's the SNNPR. And the last story from across Africa is from Kenya. Okay, so we're just going to skip that story and go straight into bringing you COVID-19 updates from across Africa. You do know that COVID is real. I keep saying this and I would not get tired of saying it. COVID-19 is real. It is ravaging. It is killing people. Vaccines have been rolled out. Get yourself vaccinated. And if you know you don't have access to vaccines right now, just protect yourself. Wear your face masks. Do everything the needful to ensure that you're not a victim and the next person is also not a victim. So COVID-19 updates from across Africa. Afterwards, I'll be bringing you the big story. All right, it's still The Conversation on TOS Television Network, and it's about that time where I bring you the big story. But before then, you do know that you can watch The Conversation and other programs on www.tostvnetwork.com. You should also, follow TOS TV Network across all social media platforms. That's TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Now over to the big story, and the focus today is on insecurity. We're going to be looking at the implications of declaring bandits as terrorists. And to help us discuss this topic today is Comrade Wahid Saka, who will be joining me over the phone. And Comrade Wahid Saka is a public affairs analyst. Good morning, Comrade. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. It's good to be back on the platform.
Yes, thank you for always obliging us. Now, moving straight into it. So, during the plenary session yesterday, the Senate urged President Muhammad Buhari to declare bandits as terrorists, and that has been replicated across all front pages of Nigerian dailies this morning. So, if the president does listen to the federal lawmakers and declare bandits as terrorists, what would be the implication of doing that?
Well, I think there are two issues of concern.
Okay.
One is, how did we get to this level? How? You begin to ask, why should the National Assembly, make it a point of duty to tell Mr. President to declare bandits as terrorists? That is number one. Number two, what is the strength of an average motion move on the floor of our National Assembly? Those are the second issue. However, let me take the first one. It is unfortunate that the National Assembly is telling Mr. President to declare the bandits as terrorists. What is a terrorist? Who is a terrorist? And the question is, a terrorist is somebody who commit act of terror against the people. The bandit has done more than enough of terrorism against the people across the country. What we are saying is that we must not call a spade another name. We must call a spade a spade. Bandits, whether the president called them their name or not, they are terrorists. They kill our people in numbers, not one, they kill in double digits. And that makes them a terror. However, the second one is this. The Senate or the National Assembly, they always use motion at the level of National Assembly to play to the gallery. The bottom line is, the motion at the level of the National Assembly, how do they implement it? How do they enforce it on the executive? How? It's just for the news. And we have reached a level whereby we should point a line, a boundary, that this certain boundary, if you cross it, you have crossed the line of decency. And that is what bandits and terrorists, whatever you call them, as crossed in the case of Nigeria.
Okay.
They have not only killed our people, they have killed security men across the country. That makes them extra. If we have a higher name, now we can call them more than terrorists, because they have taken their terror against the state called Nigeria.
Okay.
So that is why it is not enough for the Senate to tell Mr. President. Mr. President himself should know at this level that he should declare them terror. The swiftness by which the Nigerian government declare those IPOP as terror, whereby it doesn't require the National Assembly to tell Mr. President to declare them so. Mr. President should declare those bandits terrorists and should take the war to them.
Okay.
Anybody taking arm against this country deserve highest power of this nation on them.
Okay, let me quickly ask you this. Why do you think it has taken this long for the presidency to actually declare these people terror? Because I don't know, international organizations or the international bodies have over time declared Boko Haram and ISAP as terrorist group and all of that. But it has taken this long for Nigeria to actually say they're a terrorist group. But you did mention IPOP earlier. IPOP was declared a terrorist group without even asking. Why do you think it has taken this long to actually declare Boko Haram and bandits as terrorists?
I will not go to speak for this presidency and the government. They may have their own way, just like they used to tell us, even when they are fighting Boko Haram, they are still giving them opportunity to come to the round table and discuss. The carrot and stick approach. But as far as this one is concerned, the more we are giving them opportunity to come and discuss, the more we are creating new set of terrorist group to take arm against the state. We must not show act of fear. You cannot be a president and still be a coward. You have the all the apparatus of government to use against these miscreants. Whether they come in the name of Boko Haram or in the name of bandits, we cannot continue to make our country a country under ransom.
Okay.
These people are shown consistently that they want to cause greater havoc to this country. And whether they declared them terror last year or now is not the issue here. The issue here is we must act now. If the presidency don't see it that way, then we are in serious trouble.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining us on the show this morning, Comrade Wahid. It was such a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much, my sister. May God bless this country called Nigeria.
Amen. Thank you. And thank you for joining me and staying with me up until this time on The Conversation. Do not forget that The Conversation comes back tomorrow. But before then, follow TOS TV Network across all social media platforms. That's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also subscribe to the channel on YouTube. You can also watch a recap of The Conversation and other programs on www.tostvnetwork.com. My name is Adesuwa Osuyi. Please remember to stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow.